Hi, my name is Mark Polton. I'm a buy and hold real estate investor in the greater Charlotte, North Carolina area. I'm a little drenched with sweat today because I'm working in a hot house that putting together a kitchen, and I need to get it templated today, which means I have to have all the base cabinets in, or the granite countertop guy's not going to be able to get me a countertop installed by the end of the month, which means I can't start collecting rent at the beginning of next month. Anyways, that's not why I decided to make this video. I was listening to an audiobook called Confessions of an Economic Hitman. It's a very interesting read or listen, and if you really want to understand how bad the United States can be on the international stage, definitely look at this as an instruction manual on how bad one can be. But he said something that I thought was very interesting. He said that life is a series of coincidences, and it's how you react to those coincidences that kind of shapes your life. And I immediately thought of several in mine. I remember getting out of the Army, tried to live with my sister. That didn't work for about 6 months. Headed back to Tampa, Florida, where I grew up. And I remember being in this English pub, which my buddy liked to hang out there. He was in the military for a little while too. So we would hang out there. I really didn't have any money. But I was always good at computers. And I was like, when I was in college, I was the big truck going by. I was, kind of the dorm computer guy, and I was on the computer science track, but I really only had completed 2 years of college at that time. But I knew I was really good at computers. I've always liked them. And I remember in the middle of the day complaining about how I couldn't find a computer job. And this was probably 94, end of 94, beginning of 1995. And this guy, I was a big guy back then, a little bit bigger in my head than probably my body, and this guy goes, "Bullshit." And I'm like, damn, this guy's got balls, because me and my buddy were pretty big, and we'd been drinking, and we were a little loud and stuff. And we started talking to him, and he was, he owned a headhunter, or a contract for hire firm, which I'd never heard of. And basically he was looking for what's called an AS400 administrator. I don't have any AS400 experience. I only really knew Windows. And but that coincidence, that chance meeting turned me on to headhunters. And so I was able to look up some headhunters, I guess maybe using AOL or something along that line in my area, and sent out my resume, and I kind of got my first job. Didn't go very well because I was a punk, but still. Another coincidence that majorly shaped my life was I went to the Army. I didn't want to go to college on my dad's terms, so I decided, and I never wanted to go in the military because my father was there and we didn't get along. And I decided in between my junior and senior year that I would sign up for the Army. They were offering $24,500 in college tuition reimbursement, whatever you want to call it. And so I thought that would be a good thing. I needed some discipline. I was a real punk. Some people say I still am. And so 20 days after graduation, I shipped off, and I will never forget that day. I also won't forget the day that, I'd been in boot camp for maybe a week or two, and the captain of my training company called out a few names and was like, "Go into the waiting room." I remember what it was. I don't remember what he called it. And you got to understand, this guy was like, he might as well have been Zeus to me. I was just lonely private, just trying to survive in basic training. And he started spitting off some requirements and stuff like that. And some people had to leave, and there was 3 of us left over, or at least 2 of us. I think there was 3 of us. And he goes, "All right, I'm going to tell you about the United States Military Academy Preparatory School." Didn't know what that was. He goes, "By the end of the week, I want you to have an essay. Here's what you're going to do it on the XO's desk. Collaborate and get it done." All right, so I did what I was told. So I didn't really think much of it. I guess I'd mentioned it to my mom. I'd gotten through a couple more schools and got to my active duty station. My mom had asked me about it, so I called, and they're like, "Well, you should have gotten your orders." And there was some drama involved, but the next thing I know, I'm at the United States Military Academy Preparatory School. Didn't set out to be there. It isn't something that was on my mind. My sister had gone to the Air Force Academy, so I knew about it. But she was like the brainiac. She was popular. She was a chick. She was athletic and smart and on student council, and people liked her. And I was basically the antithesis of that. So, just nothing that ever happened, or wasn't part of my lexicon. So I finished that. It was a 10-month or 11-month school, and the next thing you know, I'm accepted to the United States Military Academy at West Point, New York. And that was a good thing and a bad thing. It wasn't something I really wanted to do. Really struggled with it. Only spent 2 years there, and that's probably a story for another time. But really, really shaped my life. Taught me a lot. Taught me that I can do almost anything and put up with almost any misery, and beat that. So, and those are just two examples of coincidences in my life that really, really shaped my future. So, what are your thoughts? These are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Well, leave them in the comments section below. What kind of coincidences have you had in your life that had a profound impact or majorly shaped the person that you are today, good or bad? Well, anyways, I wish you success.